All right, laying on my garage floor because I'm about to take a 5-hour trip to Rapid City, South Dakota this weekend for the Retros 80s, 90s car show. I'll be recording all that, my trip, all the cars I see like I normally do. But before then, I want to tackle an issue the Z has on the highway. I have a customer subframe design with a 350Z rear differential from gktech with an extra capacity cooling cover, which has been great. No issues there. But I think I'm either boiling the oil or it's getting too hot or it's foaming because in 10,000 miles since I've had the diff, I've already had to add 2 quarts of oil at separate times. It just pushes out of the breather tube. So I've had some people reach out that have way faster cars than me. They own shops, everything else, and they told me that I need to try some 85 140, and maybe it'll keep the temps down. So I'm going to try some Lucas, which I've never used any Lucas products before. So this is going to be a good test for me and see how it does. Apparently, it's anti-foaming, helps with cooling. Obviously, it's a heavier weight, so it should cool theoretically better anyways. With a higher load and everything, which obviously the Z takes a pretty aggressive load from time to time. So let's get to it.
I'm having this issue that my fluid gets pushed out through the breather tube, and it's been pretty burnt. So my guess is I'm overcooking it with my custom diff setup. So let's see what the fluid looks like here before I put some new Lucas in there. This has about 10,000 miles on it. That actually doesn't look too bad. As you can see, zoom in on the camera, it's got the usual goop. This is completely normal. Definitely dirty. But the fluid in itself actually looks pretty good. But the problem is, I think it aerates or foams up when I'm going down the interstate. And as I'm flying down the interstate, you can't really see it. It's out of camera view, but the breather tube starts pushing all the fluid out. So about, I don't know, every 3,000 miles or so when I change the oil, I pretty much got to add fluid in here.
We're just going to change the fluid out. I normally use the Redline 7590, but I'm going to switch it up to this. Recommended from a way faster car and a shop. Either way, I'm going to give this a shot, see how it goes. I never really run Lucas, so this is kind of a first for me. But literally just a simple Harbor Freight pump tube. Very cheap, definitely worth it. Don't even have to get the car off the ground. I mean, it's just sitting on the ground. One side in the bottle, one side in the diff.
Looks to be good enough for a refill. For those of you that are new to the channel, this is a gktech 350Z diff swap for a Z32. So it's a custom extra capacity cover, unlike the factory 350Z. It is 2 offset bushings up here to allow the 350Z diff cover to fit a Z32 chassis, along with the 2 in the backside of the diff. Closer to the drive shaft. It obviously allows me to have a better gear ratio. My Z32 was a NA automatic, so it had a 408 rear end. This is now a 335, I believe, if I remember correctly. It's out of a 2007 automatic 350Z, which is nice. When I had the 410 mixed with my 370Z 6-speed, the JK series transmission, it was very high in the RPMs. I think 80 miles an hour was 3,800 RPMs. I mean, it was screaming. Now it's about 24 or 25, so it is quite the difference. And then just stick the tube in and let her rip. Notice falls out at least once. It's definitely not full though. If it didn't fall out, this video would definitely be AI. This is a lot thicker, being 85/140 instead of 75/90, so I'm gonna have to see some substantial leaking coming out when it's full compared to just some drips like it's doing. It's practically syrup at this point. That's kind of dripping. Let's see. So it's possible it's full. We'll give it a second to catch up. And we'll see here. Yeah, it's coming out pretty good. So that metal bracket is a bar I added for anybody that's going to ask. That is my speed sensor, so you can see how fast I'm going, because with the JK series training and an lsswap, that is the input-output speed sensor for the transmission for a 4L80. So you bypass that by putting it on the splines for the axle, and there you go. So that was my little custom setup, drill a hole in the subframe, there you go, bam. Anyways, closer look at the offset mounts, the fantastic powder coating job of the neochrome cover from gktech, and yeah, extra cooling capacity. But this tube right here, that's the breather coming out the top. You can already see the residuals on it from the 75/90. I don't know what happens if it foams up, gets too hot from long drives on the interstate. Like I say, I never trailer this car. I've driven 8 hours on this thing nonstop. I don't know if it's just foaming out the top or whatever, but it ends up caking everything in oil under here. Gets under in the diffuser. I mean, that's all just oil slicked garbage, unfortunately. But yeah, hopefully some thicker oil, that'll change it. I'll be going to Rapid City, South Dakota. It's about a 5-hour trip for me. Driving the Z, obviously. You got a car show up there. Doing videos and shorts on all the cars I see there. And I think I'll try to talk to the guy that's running it. It seems to be a pretty popular show up there. And then, yeah, I think I might take the Z through the Needles Highway again and record some footage for you guys. But stay tuned, and I guess you guys will see the rest of the ride in Rapid City and see how that goes.